We are live. 2 Live crew.
You already know.
Good afternoon, everybody. We back for another episode of Eavesdrop. Welcome, everyone, on this beautiful Sunday.
Yes.
I hope church was good. Hope you had a nice day. Hope you had a nice weekend. Usually we catch y'all on a Saturday, but we had to make some rearrangements. Before we get started, though, I want to go ahead say rest in peace to my good friend, Daryl Hall.
Yeah.
He recently passed. If you are here, he will be having his actual vigil tomorrow at Fort Rebel. So rest in peace to him. Also, rest in peace to Constance Mobley. Her funeral was actually on Saturday. So I wanted to say that and send my condolences and respects to both of those people. They were very important in my life, especially at certain points. It's unfortunate that we continue to have people leave us, but I do what I do because in people leaving us, I believe that we got to do what's right by those people who are not only with us, but for those people who have left us. Mm-hmm. With all of that said, also join me Thursday, WebEx. You can go to my Facebook or my IG or my Twitter for our ANC meeting, 8D, if you're here in Washington, D.C. Check that out as well. If you're trying to keep up with community happiness, we're going to be talking about the good foods as well as meeting Sierra Broderick, who is our DDOT liaison. Shout out to her. Did wonderful work with her when she was over at DOES. As well as the captain, I want to say. Not the commander, but the captain of MPD. So check that out. Stay up, stay tuned. We got a great show for you all today. But before I tell y'all what we're talking about, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the share button. Please subscribe. Please subscribe, share. And you can comment later on. This is a call-in show. We're going to leave up a link for everybody to, join in. You can comment on any one of the topics. All that we ask is that people come on, respectably and, not looking too crazy, too disheveled. We don't want to get blocked by the algorithm. Mm-hmm. But other than that, though, you can say what you want. You don't gotta have no different. You don't gotta agree with us. I'm all looking for the dissent. I think it's healthy because I think we live in these echo chambers, which is what we're gonna be talking about today. But before I go ahead and do that, did you want to drop anything before I go ahead and start?
Hey, listen, man. I just want to get one of these real quick for my man Joe Madison, man. Joe Madison watches the show because clearly my man finally was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead, take my man advice, and go get me something to eat, man. For real, because it's ridiculous, we going hungry over what? But let me say the rest of that. I was about to say,
you getting into the show already? Let me say the rest of that tape. Because we going to talk about your girl, Jin Sato. Jin Sato. So, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, cool. So, today we're going to be talking about, of course, your boy Mitch McConnell. We're going to be talking about Jay-Z and the whole debacle with him trying to get passed legislation around people or specifically the feds to not use people's lyrics against them. We are also going to be discussing your girl Janet Yellen and her comments around MLK and telling us the obvious. But let's go ahead. We're going to jump into it. Y'all know how we do. I'm going to just go ahead and start off with the article because I done already probably wasted too much of y'all time because we did 15 minutes a little late. Please excuse us. The technology be technology and, a little, yeah. But the first article that we going to get into, though, is we going to get into your boy, Mitch McConnell. The greatest, the latest.
Money-making Mitch.
Undefeated. Champion. Both Republicans and Democrats. He is unstoppable. Nobody can outsmart that man. Nobody can outwit that man. Mitch McConnell, hey, is the best to make the grandstand.
Listen, man.
Hey, we gonna get into this because he got everybody in a frenzy. We gonna share the screen with y'all beautiful people. And I brought this topic up because I thought it was interesting, just based on the hypocrisy that I'm seeing around it, because people similarly have made, a lot of comments in the same fashion.
A lot of faux pas.
A lot of faux pas. And a lot of people have said similar, but we ain't going to get into that just yet. But as y'all can see, first thing, Mitch McConnell's comments on black voters spark outrage. So, let's jump down in here a little bit. We ain't going to read the whole article. We don't need to read the whole article. I would suggest y'all read the whole article.
Yeah.
It is down in the description box. And if it's not, I'll put it there. Let me know. So it says, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has provoked anger after he appeared to imply that African Americans were not Americans in remarks about black voters. Speaking to reporters after Republicans once again blocked the Democrats' voting rights legislation, McConnell said, "The concern is misplaced. Because if you look at the statistics, the numbers, what everybody knows, African American voters are voting in just as high as a percentage as Americans. Studies suggest that voting restrictions disproportionately obstruct people of color." Several Democrats called out the comments, which quickly went viral online, with Democratic Illinois Congressman Bobby Rush tweeting, "African Americans are Americans. Hashtag Mitch please." Meanwhile, Malcolm Kenyatta, a Democratic Senate candidate in Pennsylvania, describes McConnell's remarks as a dog whistle. You know what? I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with that, and I'm going to let everybody know that what Mitch McConnell said was not entirely wrong. And I want us to understand that, as you see the title here, and this is titled this way because how long, when are we going to learn that people harvest our outrage? People use and weaponize our outrage against us while also not doing anything about said outrage. Now, can his comments be misconstrued as such? Absolutely. But I'm going to say this, because immediately after he talks about specifically African Americans, he goes to people of color. Mm-hmm. Or I'll say, for his sake, because he didn't say that, the studies suggest that voting restrictions disproportionately obstruct people of color. So, people of color, because we are in 2022, is completely different from what colored people, because again, people of color don't even realize that they being bamboozled and they've just been given a reused term that is basically what was racist back then, the coloreds, when they called the Negroes, the Negras, now they just people of color, but because they're not necessarily aware, they like, oh yeah, hoorah, people of color, right?
Yeah.
Understand that he's making a distinction. The greatest and latest Mitch McConnell, the most undefeated,
Money making Mitch, man.
unstoppable, every time I hear him, the Democrats make the man sound like he is the Goliath.
Walk on water.
Goliath of the Senate.
He turned water into wine right here.
Let me.
He turned that water into wine, man.
It's the McConnell. But hold on though. And it's so funny and it's so crazy because everybody outraged, and I hate the fact that Democrats are so lowly that they try to use this as a ploy and marketing scheme. Because we're gonna get into later why this doesn't. It shouldn't even matter because some other comments were made.
Of course, it's always
other comments were made by the blue side, and I ain't talking about Crips.
You sure?
I'm sure.
You sure?
You know what?
Are you sure?
I'm not talking about the Crips, but I ain't saying they in the game. But I'm a part of the game. Gang.
I'm just saying, man.
But hold on. Hashtag Mitch please. Hashtag Mitch please. And I want black people, specifically African Americans, to understand the con game that is being ran on us. Do not hashtag Mitch please.
Please.
Hashtag Joe Biden please. Because please, Joe Biden, you are the president of the United States of America. You are the one who's supposed to be Mr. Reach across the aisle. But I'm not going to go on and continue on my soapbox. Because I think it was a farce. I think it was nincompooperi. I think that Mitch McConnell gets a lot more credit than he should deserve. But when you're talking about an incompetent opposition, you get made to look like Goliath.
Man.
You get made to look like a boogeyman that ain't even the boogeyman. Man. Because I'm going to just repeat the quote. African American voters are voting in just as high as a percentage as Americans. It is okay to remove a specific group, to disaggregate that, to juxtapose it to the overall collective. People do that in studies. Yes. People do that in academia.
It's called science.
That is what happens. And again, I know Mitch McConnell is the latest, greatest thing since sliced bread, the most undefeated by both Republicans and Democrats alike.
Man, listen.
I have my grievances, though, with Mr. McConnell. But look, it is what it is. What's your take on how people are reacting, outraged, angered by the late, great Senator Extraordinaire Mitch McConnell?
Thank you, Mitch. Mitch be watching the show. I'm telling you, man, we got a lot of people that watch the show on the low. I'm telling you. Mitch was out this joint watching Gilded Sages last Saturday. Because I said the exact same thing. Now, of course, I don't got no racist white rhetoric to go with. I ain't that. But money making, I'm telling you, they watching. They watch him, Joe Madison. They watching the show. They watching us. Listen, I hate when people play semantics. So we're really about to deconstruct the semantics of the sentence in which he said, while at the same time you're telling me, so Mitch McConnell is the demon for saying this, but we had a president that literally told all of black America that we wasn't black unless we voted for them. But we can't compare the two? We just supposed to conveniently forget that? Or is because we supposed to hate one and love the other? As if both, which one do you feel is worse at this point? Which one do you feel is worse?
I mean,
that's why I say when you mention the blue, the Crips and the like, that's what it is. It's the Crips versus the Bloods. It ain't no Democrat versus Republican. This is colors.
In the words of
anybody ever seen the movie Colors? That's what we living through in 2022. It's either you with the shits
or you not with the shit.
or you not with it. You flagging. And at this point, everybody that's getting up in arms about this little bit of dust up and just conveniently is able to like take away the egregiousness from the left. Like this man was telling, well, just Biden in particular.
Yeah, that nigga ain't the left.
Yeah, just but you know what I'm saying.
That nigga on the right.
I mean, but you know, we know what's up. I'm talking to the people that, you know,
he a progressive.
Blue,
my bad.
I'm talking to the blue no matter who people.
You right.
At this point, y'all might as well be from Bompton. Like, y'all crippin' out here. Go watch the movie Colors. And the way y'all support that man Biden, y'all might as well get these blue flags and put them around your head and might as well be out there Joan gangbanging. That's what y'all doing. Because at the end of the day, you cannot criticize one side and just completely ignore the effery that was Joe Biden on the campaign trail. He's talking about corn pop and stories about his black friends and all kind of. He had a whole man frying fish, a whole civil rights leader who fried him fish and gave him a whole state. That man ain't said nothing of significance ever since he got into office.
He also, hold on. Can I bring this up on the screen? Hold on. Let me see if the screen will work for me. I don't know. Let me see.
What's his name? Clyburn. Come on, man.
Let me see if the screen will work for me, because Joe Biden also said he been making flagrant comments.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's so crazy because everybody will give plausible deniability. And that's why we having this discussion right here. Because it's like, it just baffles me how we can get so outraged about one particular thing, depending on who says it, when the people who we fond and support have also equally disrespected us.
That's what I'm saying.
In the same fashion. But hold on, bro. Because I want to bring this up.
Please.
I'm hoping that that the screen allow me to share the screen and what I'm seeing.
Like, people just need to roll a tape.
So this is what I'm seeing. All right, boom. So is everybody seeing what I'm seeing? So it says Joe Biden says, hold on, just so everybody can see the screen. I want all of y'all to see the screen because y'all be a bunch of cap artists. Of cap.
Y'all stay with the cap lock.
Joe Biden says poor kids are just as bright as white kids. Former Vice President Joe Biden raised eyebrows on Thursday, and this is again New York Times. Y'all know y'all don't believe in Negroes. Former Vice President Joe Biden raised eyebrows on Thursday during his speech in Iowa when he said, poor kids are just as bright and talented as white kids. Now, I don't know what Joe Biden meant by that. He's a good, decent man, even though he called us super thugs and said that we should be dealt with no matter if America made us or not.
Man,
I'm not going to hold him to that. I'm not going to hold him to that record. I'm not going to hold him to the fact that he was working right hand with racists. I'm not going to hold him to that. But I just want to know. So, hold on. We mad at Mitch McConnell for making a disaggregated point about African Americans versus Americans overall. But where was the hashtag Joe Biden please? Where was the outrage? Where is the outrage? Can we get any outrage from all of you fake, whatever you want to call yourselves? about all of the things that Joe Biden say. I didn't hear none of those civil rights leaders or Congress people reacting or responding to that video that had came out when he was disrespecting them civil rights leaders on the goddamn video. But hold on though. What do you mean by poor kids is just as bright as white kids are? White kids are they not poor whites?
That's what I'm saying.
Or what is it, bro? Hold on. If anybody in the public has an answer who was outraged about Mitch McConnell, but thinks that this shit is okay, please help me understand.
Yeah, help us.
Because y'all be cock-topping Joe Biden.
Help us, man.
I asked for my birthday, and I still ain't got it yet. Last year, I said, can I just get the grace from black people that they give Joe Biden?
Man, what?
Because every time I see this man make a mistake, y'all, oh no, it's okay. Oh no, he didn't mean it. Oh no. Looking like goddamn Samuel L. Jackson on goddamn Django. Man. But the moment I make a mistake, or the late great Mitch McConnell make a mistake,
they on their
ass.
That's what I say. They gang, man. I'm telling you, everybody that's on Twitter, that's
are they gang though?
Listen, man, it's blue no matter who. They gang. Everybody out here gang banging, smoking that smoke, gang banging. That's what it is. This ain't politics, man. This is gang. Either you blue flagging or you red flagging.
But I'm just saying,
and we don't care what either one do on either side.
But I'm just saying though, is only black kids poor?
Apparently,
I mean, because he in that speech started just naming off a bunch of groups.
Listen,
so are just Asian kids poor?
Listen,
but you know what? The people of color don't get it because they weren't colored people.
Exactly,
they weren't the coloreds.
Exactly,
they weren't the Negroes.
Exactly,
they weren't those.
Exactly,
so they don't get the. Hold on, that's a dog. Is that a dog whistle too? Hold on, can I whistle?
I don't know. Listen, it's whatever the gang say. This mob mentality. It's mob rule, man. And Mitch McConnell is out this bitch like John Gotti, Mo.
But you know what? Let's go ahead and move on from your boy, the late great, undefeated.
That's the Teflon Don, man.
Unchallenged.
Mitch McConnell is the modern day John. I'm telling you, John.
Most cerebral man that there ever is. And Mitch McConnell,
man,
can we get a clap for Mitch McConnell?
That's a man. He watched the show. I'm telling, he watched the show.
And look, there's gonna be people out here that's gonna be saying, "Oh my God, Devon is a goddamn Republican."
I don't get it.
And no, it's only funny though because I feel like Americans are so funny that we don't even get satire anymore. Like we don't even understand like what people are being. Because it's crazy. Because on one hand you want to say this about Mitch McConnell, but then on the other hand, like everybody else can just say exactly what it is they want with no type of challenge.
Because they gang banging, Mo. You don't go against the game. It's blue no matter who. What?
Ain't nothing, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and though we gonna move into next. Because, again, will we learn when we are being manipulated and disrespected? Flagrantly,
bro.
Like, we got to see this stuff. We got to see when we being used. We got to see when the outrage is being curated. We got to be able to see, even though the people who we want to quote-unquote fake like are doing us dirty and also being disrespectful. So, next up.
On the disrespect train.
Who we got? Disrespect train.
Who we got, man? Name them. Just name them.
Uh-oh. We got up next. The sake.
Woo! Yes.
The sake.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Because y'all talk all that smack about Donald Trump press secretary. She was horrible too. But damn it, this one right here.
All right. So here we go. Jin Sato tells people angry about failure of voting rights bills to Go to a kickboxing class, have a margarita, or do whatever you need to do this weekend.
That's low key funny.
We're having a glass of wine.
Hey, that's low key funny.
Jin Sato, that's great advice.
That's low key funny.
I'm having a glass of wine. So I took Jin Sato's advice. Give me 1 second though. Give me 1 second. It is fucking hilarious. So, because everybody's so up in arms, right? So she said, White House Press Secretary Jin Sato on Friday encouraged people angry with the failure of federal voting rights legislation to go to a kickboxing class, have a margarita, do whatever you need to do this weekend before resuming the fight next week. Senate Republicans on Wednesday unanimously voted to block debate on the Freedom to Vote John R. Lewis Act, a wide-ranging 735-page bill combining two pieces of legislation that Republicans filibustered. Check out our last video if you how we feel about the filibuster. Moving down a little bit, it says the legislation itself was blocked and a subsequent vote to change the Senate's filibuster rules to allow for easier passage of the bill also failed.
Denied.
Hey, two. Can I dare say the word? Two. What's that D word?
What is it?
Two
Democrats.
Democrats.
They ain't blue flagging.
Senator Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema joined all 50 Republicans.
Oh, they false flagging.
In opposing a one-time change.
They red flagging.
That would have required the GOP to sustain a talking filibuster to block the bill. My advice to everyone out here who's frustrated, sad, angry, pissed off, feel those emotions. Feel them to the fullest of the fullest. Yes. Go to a kickboxing class if you can afford that. You broke Negro.
Kickboxing.
Because those cost a lot.
Exactly.
The lady was about to get into kickboxing, but the time and the monies. But have a margarita. Do whatever you need to do this weekend, and then wake up on Monday. Because fist pound. No. Hashtag fist pound. We gotta keep fighting.
Everybody got a hashtag?
Nah, I threw the hashtag in because she forgot the hashtag.
Exactly.
It ain't real what if it ain't got the hashtag.
Damn, that's crazy.
Fuck you mean? You ain't got no hashtag.
What?
What's wrong with you?
I know, right? They ain't gang.
This hashtag set trip. Man, with all that being said, where's the outrage? Because that's pure disrespect. Number one. Mm-hmm. Why are we still, like I said in the previous videos, why are we still fucking fighting for voting rights in 2022? To your point, it's not our voting rights bill. But, baseline, why are we still fucking fighting for voting rights in 2022? Why are we having to lobby Democrats in 2022? Jamal Bowman, apparently in some fallacious stunt, got arrested this week.
Niggas is still doing that?
Niggas is still doing it. Sir, you are a congressman.
Exactly.
And that is a act of the people. If you are a mayor, a congressperson, a council member, a goddamn alderman, do what you're supposed to do and stop trying to be out here getting locked up so you can run a campaign. Oh, I done got locked up for voting rights. Meanwhile, the whole party want to do articles about the late great Mitch McConnell, but don't want to criticize Jin Sato, a.k.a. Joe Biden, because the press secretary is an extension of the voice of Joe Biden.
Pretty much.
So these are Joe Biden's words to me. That's why Joe Biden is in the picture of the goddamn thumbnail and not Jin Sato. Because Jin Sato got a job to do. So I'm not even mad at Jin Sato. It's not even about Jin Sato. Jin Sato, I get it. But Biden probably, you know what? Kamala Harris probably told her to go out there and say that shit.
Probably so.
Fucking margaritas? Fuck a margarita gonna do for me if I can't vote?
Exactly.
Fuck a what the fuck kickboxing? Kickboxing? Nigga,
Child.
what?
Slim.
Hold on. Then after that, come back Monday, and y'all Negroes can keep fighting. But guess what? We gonna go back to getting this money. We gonna go back to getting this bread.
Man,
we gonna go back into the basement where I was during the campaign. Fuck you Negroes.
Exactly. With no masks.
No mask. In Martha's Vineyard. Joe Biden, please come save us. Sir. Hold on. Kickboxing. Margaritas.
Mo.
So you want me to burn off the motherfucking fat caused by the COVID pandemic? Then you want me to drink the shit back?
Exactly.
But I took Jin Sato's advice. I got a cup of wine.
Yeah, we out here. We out. Because this fuckery right here. Hey, Slim, the motherfucking stimulus check won't even be a down payment towards kickboxing classes. $600?
Because it was 600 plus 14 plus 500. Now you got 2,000 ass nigga.
That's like,
hold on.
That's like 3 whole classes.
On a serious note, though, black people, we have to launch an effort to step one, we got to come together in our communities. I'm talking about African Americans specifically. We got ADOS specifically. American descendants of slaves specifically. Because everybody else don't get it. Like, we gotta sit down, we gotta have this conversation, and we gotta figure out how we gonna move. Cause they playing in our face, bro. They told us to drink margarita. What the fuck?
Exactly.
Hold on. I know your rage about the voting rights bill.
I don't.
Drink a margarita though. Have a margarita. You don't have access to the economy in the same way. Cause we gonna get to that too with Janet Yellen telling us the obvious. It all goes full circle.
Always.
And none of these people, other than Mitch McConnell, the late great himself, are Republicans. But they all think alike, especially when it comes to the American Negro.
Facts.
After MLK Day, everybody doing all of that hoopla when niggas really hate niggas.
Thank you.
I take that back. Niggas really hate ADOS because we not niggas. But that's just, unfortunately, culturally how I speak. I'm trying not to say the N word anymore. Because I don't necessarily agree with the word, but it's been so entrenched and ingrained in my vernacular that it just be flying out, especially when I get excited. But with that being said, though, on a serious note, I want to bring us back to a serious note because we was on joke time.
Yeah.
But what do you make of, one, the voting rights piece being somewhat of a farce to get votes in midterm, but failing at it miserably because of your own party, who you said that we got the House, we got the Senate, and then we got the White House. We control all three, right? Mm-hmm. But then you still fail, and as a response, my question to you is, why are we as a group not taking it as disrespect, as the disrespect that it is? Like, what about it is allowing us to get so in a frenzy about Mitch McConnell that it makes the front paper? But Jin Sato and Joe Biden and all of these other people of color, disrespect us too, why are they not making a front page?
For me, like, we joke about like the gangbang, but literally, that's what this shit has literally become. It's the Bloods versus the Crips.
But why? But why are we as a group not responding or not understanding the disrespect that is being bestowed upon us? They told us to go, bro. She said, "I understand your rage," and you know they use our rage against us and market it and weaponize it. She said, "Go kickboxing and have a margarita so you can come back and continue fighting next week," and so on and so on. How long do we have to keep fighting?
Because she know goddamn well there's always gonna be a mofo that's willing to do that dumb shit. She know it's gonna be some black folk that's on Twitter that's gonna be like, you know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Like, these people can always get the approval of somebody that's just blue, no matter who. That's why I said it's like gangbanging. It's like sports. You got fans out here that ain't seen the Skins win since fucking we was what? 1 year old. But they gonna rock with them Negroes for life. For no reason. With nothing to show for. That's what we dealing with in politics. You got people that's literally gonna rock out with a group that has done nothing. I'm talking about nothing. And all they do is apologize for disrespect, apologize for not delivering, telling us why we shouldn't have shit, in my humble opinion. But because they've been told that this is the only group that will even listen to us, we have to be a part of the BS. It's like being jumped into a game. You from this area, this is what we do, and you got to do it too. These people know it don't matter what we say, fam. We could tell these people go climb Mount Everest and die at the top of the hill, and somebody on Twitter with a blue check is gonna be like, well, shit, fuck it, I gotta go down Mount Everest. Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. You had a Mo. Think about this shit, Mo. You had Donald Trump base on the right that was really out here about to drink this bleach to get rid of the COVID. These people can tell these people anything. And because everybody is gang, they gonna do it.
Do you think more independents are out there though?
Huh?
Do you think more independents are out there than they are people on both sides?
Man, listen, I feel like at this point in time, there's not enough, how do I put it? We're so polarized as a country, I really don't believe that there is a space where people can hold to being independent. Like, you can say that you're independent, but there's so much peer pressure from both sides that you have to sort of you have to have the tendency to either way. Like, I think that America has kind of destroyed some of what the independent vote used to mean because it's so polarized. It's like you get killed. Like me, for example, I'm not right necessarily. I'm not left necessarily. But I take shit from both sides because I try to stand in the middle and I try to be objective. But you can't. In these American streets, you will get shamed. You will get shamed.
So are we saying that
being objective? Objectivity in 2022.
So we need more people to be okay with being shamed.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I say. But at the same time, we can't. There is a real impact that people take for being objective. We see it. We talk about it all the time. Julian Assange. Anybody that really tries to be objective about going about navigating the BS, those are the people that get targeted. That's why I said this shit is gang shit. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who not gang, you fooled. Pretty much. Oh, you know something? You not just gonna blindly follow us? Oh yeah, algorithm. What? You not what? Come on now. They want people to literally be on this side or on this side. And if you in the middle, we gonna make life a living hell for you. For real. That's what I see anyway. That's just how I see it.
With that being said, I think it's a good pivot point. If y'all with us still right now, hit the like button, hit the share button. Please subscribe. It's for free. We appreciate it. It goes a long way though.
Please.
Because all we trying to do is have a conversation, especially for us. And really try to, because sometimes I understand, but on a day like this, I really don't understand, like, how a person can say something almost as racist in exactly the same way where Joe Biden says, you know, poor kids are just as bright as white kids. Nothing, even excuses. And then Mitch McConnell comes out and says, you know, African Americans vote at the same rate as Americans in general. And then it's haywire. I hear your point. I understand it. But it's just like, are we that fucking gone?
That's where we at.
Because that means you gone.
That's where we at, Mo. This shit is high school, man.
That's some high school shit.
You either you sit at the cool kids table,
or you get done. All right, we gonna go into the next discussion. Well, not the next discussion, same discussion, but the next point. Because I wanted to get into Miss Yellen's, who was a problematic pick from jump in day one. But again, people, like you said, being just willing to accept anything, said, oh, you know, forget the conflicts of interest and her being the treasury. Okay. Forget her track record. Okay. And if you want to look all of those things up, we're not going to look all of those things up today, but go back into our catalog. We had talked about Ms. Yellen in prior, but you can also just look up the information that has been in and around that discussion. So I'm going to share this screen again. So it says, Janet Yellen says U.S. economy is unfair to Black Americans.
What?
I didn't know that.
Dun, dun, dun!
I didn't know that. Hold on. I did not know that. So it says the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen marked Martin Luther King Jr. Day speech acknowledging the U.S. economy has never worked fairly for Black Americans or really for any American of color. There we go with that duplicitous language.
Yeah.
It says, it's obvious today that America has defaulted on this promissory note insofar as her citizens of color are concerned, King said. And I want everybody to be clear that when King was talking about coloreds, he was talking about Negroes, because in his time, in the proper context, which people I see have a hard time with doing, coloreds were Negroes.
Mm-hmm.
He was specifically talking about Negroes. And I wish people would understand and respect the fact that he was talking about Negroes. And if you are a person of color, modern day person of color, I would appreciate and respect if you understood and accepted that and didn't try to co-opt MLK's words to weaponize, because you all aren't the coloreds. you're the people of color, which is completely different. Same, but completely different. Later in this address, the civil rights leader used the metaphor of a bad check. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. Reparations, he said. Because a lot of people love to talk about, again, you telling us something that we don't already know. Black people, again, all she trying to do is get y'all, the American people, the America ain't did nothing. We already know that shit.
Exactly.
The fuck?
You a whole Go ahead.
Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check. Again, Negro people. A check which has come back marked insufficient funds. King's metaphor and accusation is in blunt economic terms, Yellen said, showed that he knew that economic justice was bound up in the larger injustice. So I'm going to stop sharing there. So she talks about that piece at the end that he knew and she knew, which America knows, that the economic injustice is what perpetuates every other injustice because you don't have the economics to actually push forward and move forward within a capitalist society, which is why it's important that we get fucking serious as a group of people, because when you talk about your wealth hitting zero as a collective, and by 2050, studies suggest, you have nothing. You don't got no backbone, nothing.
But they do got it, though. You
What do
want to
they
know
got?
how they got it?
What do they got?
They gonna give all of us Maya Angelou quarters.
They are doing
They
that.
gonna give us them quarters.
They are doing that.
And they got a lot of other female black quarters
They are doing that.
that they gonna give out. And that's all we got to look forward to. And I think in 4 more years, we might get a Tubman.
Yep. Because we saw how COVID-19 ravaged our people. All of the articles came out and how the happenings and the deaths and the economic impact was leaned towards the African-American ADOS community. But nobody passed any legislation. We didn't get any hashtag please Joe Biden or Joe Biden please. Can you give us a policy that protects us from hate crimes as well? Or Joe Biden please, can you give us a reparations policy that undergirds the actual deeds and atrocities that America has committed and continues to commit to the American Negro? Even in your unscrupulous attempt to commit global labor arbitrage by destabilizing foreign nations and then extracting and pillaging their workforce and labor and selling them the American dream. Can you do something about that? No. Stop letting people tell y'all the obvious and getting upset about it. If you knew it, I'm 30. If you knew it for your whole lifetime, why you mad about it? Do something about it.
Yeah.
Because guess what? She said all of that and still don't give no flying fucks. She said all of that and still, if you ask her about reparations, she's still going to say, I don't know.
Yeah, she gonna tell you, look, we printing these quarters.
We printing these quarters. You get these Maya Angelous.
We printing these quarters. We got Maya Angelou. We gonna put some more black folk on some
In a
quarters.
coin shortage.
In a coin shortage. Where a Bitcoin dog is way more in worth than a quarter, but that's what we got for y'all.
That's what we got.
We gonna put these quarters out. Y'all not gonna get them though unless you work hard for them. We ain't giving them out for free.
Nope.
But we got you. We gonna get y'all some quarters. We still gonna have a racist person on the front. But we got you on the back. We got you on the back. We not taking the racists off the front though, cause come on, y'all gotta work with us. You know we gotta keep our people up there. But on the back end, we got you.
It's progress.
We got you.
It's all symbolic.
Exactly. You gotta wait for it. You know what I mean?
You can't even get the whole quarter. Damn.
Exactly. We got you on the back. Now you come back another 100 years if you're live then, and we gonna get you on the front.
We gonna get you.
On the front. We gonna put you where the pyramid used to be though. Because we still need our man up front. But we got you. Black folk, we got you. Even though King wrote a whole book that said why we can't wait. But yet every black old Negro out here talking about something. We just got to take more time. It take more time.
And people who say that don't understand time. Like, that shit it's not in a vacuum. Like, understand that time has been goddamn 400, 500 years. How long do you got to wait?
Exactly.
Especially when you see people just kind of jumping the line. You got motherfucking, goddamn, what is it? The Afghans, they talking about in court now, them getting what, like 500K? Or was that them?
Nah, I thought that was the
my bad.
The
non-citizens.
Yeah, the non-citizens. Yeah,
the non-citizens.
Yeah,
they talking about giving them 500K. My bad, because that was for the atrocities that Trump committed against them.
But that was a whole thing before Trump. Oh. You know what? Ain't none of my business, man.
It was a whole thing before Trump.
Like,
it was. And it's still a thing after Trump. But nobody talks about that. That's why it's just like, yo, we all getting... Black people, you are getting played.
Played, bro. And my thing is, just to take it back, the U.S.
They're detention centers now.
Exactly.
That's what AOC said.
Oh, they're detention centers.
They're detention centers.
Oh, so like
they just got in trouble.
So like when they act up in class, they just go to detention.
Yeah.
Even though they just get ripped from their families and
all that. They're detention centers now. Under Joe Biden, detention centers.
Yeah, okay.
That's word on the street.
Oh, okay. They're not detainment camps, no, but they're detention centers. So, all right, I got you. But just to bring it back to what it was as far as like. Understand the game. It's always the people that can help the most, that know exactly what the issue is, and will fight tooth and nail and refuse to do anything about. How long has the Treasury known this shit? They just throw a number out. How long you think the Treasury, as an entity, has known what it's been doing to us?
It's their job to know.
Exactly.
It's their job to know.
Why is we
like, oh, look, back in the day, the niggas are making progress. You know what? Policy, bitch. You know what? No, just send them mob. Burn their shit down.
Exactly.
These niggas is doing too much.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? These niggas are buying houses.
What? FHA? Shut that shit down.
You know what? Predatory lending. We need reverse mortgages.
What?
Boom.
Now they trying to move in?
There we go.
Oh my God. Redlining. Like, what are we talking about here?
Because it's all coordinated again.
What are we talking about here? Like, why do people... It's disrespect, Mo.
It is.
It's disrespect. And it's sad that we just sit here and allow anybody... Because guarantee this... She would never open her mouth to say nothing about the J's. And you know who I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no Jordans. She wouldn't dare open her mouth and say nothing about the J's. And now you wouldn't dare say nothing about the Chinese or the Japanese community because they protected. It's consequences when you open your mouth and speak about them.
Derogatory.
Even if you have factual evidence, you can say the facts. And you will steal this algorithm right now. If I say the whole word, we might go dark in 2 minutes if we mention anything about that situation. But you can speak about damn near godly like figures in the black community with impunity. Impunity. And you just skate right on by.
Hold on, I'm going to bring this up just so people can see it for a second.
Skate right on by. You can say anything about any black... Like,
go ahead.
Martin Luther King was damn near... I don't want to say he was damn near... But he was probably one of the top 3 Americans to walk this soil. And you got people that's just able to say anything about them. anything. But if you mention one thing that might be factual about certain communities, you're done. Off with your head. You're done. And it's like, man, we can't survive in a country where people can just say whatever about us and not be charged with doing anything. Because I guarantee you, this lady ain't going to do nothing but print them quarters. And y'all going to sit there and accept this shit because y'all gang. Y'all blue check gang. It's like, well, shit, man, fuck. She is giving us quarters. We got to tweet support. We got to tweet some support.
All right, let me say that. Let me do this real quick.
I got you.
This is just, executive summary for from Brookings Institute, and they talk about reparations. If y'all want more information about reparations, I think Antonio Moore and Yvette Carnell does a great job. Especially Antonio Moore over at Tone Talk. Shout out to him. He breaks down like Federal Reserve data and basically how much we don't have, because people really think that we are out here winning. So I would suggest everybody also go over to their channel as well to check that out, to get up to speed. But just shortly, it says today the average white family has roughly 10 times the amount of wealth as the average black family. White college graduates have over 7 times more wealth than black college graduates, making the American dream an equitable reality. Demands the U.S. Government that denied wealth of blacks restore the deferred wealth or reparations to their descendants in the form of individual cash payments in the amount that will close the black-white racial wealth divide. Additionally, reparations should come in the form of wealth-building opportunities that address racial disparities in education. And I want everybody to understand that when we're talking about race is black and white. Ethnicities are a completely different thing. And when you use the word black in its inaugural sense, talked about, and it is about the American Negro, it has come to mean something completely different. But when you talk about race theory and pseudoscience, it is specifically to undergird and justify the business endeavor of slavery. So technically, black is Negro, but for the sake of the modern evolution of the word, it means a catch-all, like people of color. Black and people of color kind of function the same, which they should not, but that's a whole nother topic of discussion. In 1860, over $3 billion was the value assigned to the physical bodies of the enslaved black Americans to be used as free labor in production. And I want everybody to understand within that phenomenon that is the wealth of the body, but understand that 100 times that was produced in terms of the production of, cotton, tobacco, sugar, even the process of using one's body to enrich another human life form. These are, monumentous feats that, again, as I said in the last show, if are not paid back, if are not done, all of y'all gonna be fucked. So, look, if y'all don't help us, I just smile. Yeah. Because y'all don't understand America the way my people understand America, the way my grandmother understand America. I understand America, and I understand that if y'all don't fix this and we don't fix this on the behalf of us, the imperialism that all you lefties say you want to end ain't going to fucking end.
Man.
And guess what? They going to come for your goddamn country next. And when the niggas gone, ain't no hope. Because ain't no other legal sanction powerful enough to stabilize America.
It ain't.
So, if you keep going and you don't want to help us, good luck when we good, dead and gone. I'm going to be looking up from the heavens like, God, I tried to tell these niggas.
Yeah.
These niggas, hey, they own ego did them in. Look, I'm telling you now, so I can sleep good at night. I'm telling y'all how the shit gonna play out. Cause again, it's a headless beast. Capitalism don't care because they gonna have to devour their own, just like they was devouring their own in the UK, which is why they asses here now. But okay, in 1861, the value placed on cotton produced by enslaved blacks was $250 million. I don't know the inflation rate on that. But man, but slavery enriched white slave owners and their descendants, and it fueled the country's economy while suppressing wealth building for the enslaved. The United States has yet to compensate descendants of enslaved black Americans for their labor, nor has the federal government atoned, not even apologized, for the loss of equity from black housing, transportation, and business policy. Slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, anti-black practices like redlining and other discriminatory public policies in criminal justice and education have robbed black Americans of the opportunities to build wealth. And a lot of people, before I get into bootstrapping isn't going to erase racial wealth divides. And economists William Darity and Derek Hamilton point out in their 2018 report, What We Get Wrong About Closing the Racial Wealth Gap, which is a great report. I actually read that too. Y'all should go check that out. Blacks cannot close the racial wealth gap by changing their individual behavior, i.e., example, by assuming more personal responsibility or require the portfolio management insights associated with financial literacy. And it says reparations is a system of, I'm going to jump over a little bit. Reparations is a system of redress for egregious injustices are not foreign to the United States. Native Americans have received land and billions of dollars for various benefits and programs for being forcibly exiled. So for all of those people who would like to say that, oh yeah, well these people need it. We the only people that ain't got it yet. Mm-hmm. The only ones. But I'm going to go ahead and get off of that report, but I wanted to address the comment that was made about the whole pull yourself up by the bootstraps and people thinking that you can get out of this by actually just working hard. And, you know, I wanted to bring that piece in because a lot of people, again, they'll tell you, get you upset about certain things, but then these same people will tell you, oh, you just got to work hard. You just got to work hard. You just got to work hard. And I was talking specifically to us and to the extension, because a lot of other groups don't necessarily understand why they're feeling what they're feeling. Because like I've always said, that under Trump America was the most fair America. Because everybody got treated like niggas.
Facts.
And nobody just like getting treated by a nigga. That's all that was. Like, oh shit. This behavior and this egregiousness was only directed towards one type of people. How dare you treat me like a nigga? But what I want everybody to understand is that it's slowly going to happen. It's just not happening as fast, but you still going to end up getting treated like a nigga. And when I say nigga, I mean Negroes from the perspective of power. Because even if you don't necessarily feel that way, and you are what you would call yourself a good white, if you're not willing to take that stand, eventually they're gonna come get your ass too. Because what will happen is, and it's gonna play out like again, once we're gone, there is no claim to destabilize any of these powers. Or a lot of people talk about the corporations that sit at the top. A lot of these corporations are wealthy families as a result of, again, slavery, the Gilded Age, which is extended slavery. And so these corporations are not going to be reckoned with unless you put and bring that claim forth and not only atone and sanction America, other nations who traded with America, as well as the corporations, who also in a government corporate partnership carried it out. So I just say all that to say, like, look, I hope that we get to a point that we are able to recognize disrespect and respond accordingly to disrespect. And I mean, not by like just getting mad and I'm about to tweet and we about to do all of these different think pieces, but actually really going in and locally doing whatever you possibly can to be like, you know what? How do I influence this body of people, that body of people to figure out how to be able to have some type of strength to actually hold that person accountable?
Mm-hmm.
Because you bitching ain't gonna do nothing. I'm telling you that now. They don't care.
They don't care. They gonna print you a quarter.
It's funny.
That's it.
It's actually pretty funny watching people bitch about the same thing we've been bitching about. And again, I'm not saying that, because don't take this as me saying that you shouldn't complain, because complaints are necessary, grievances are necessary, grievances are ever going, and you should actually have grievances and you should complain. But you got to understand that when a person isn't responding to your complaint or shows you that they don't give a fuck about your complaint, you have to then remove yourself emotionally from that and move accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you shouldn't complain, you shouldn't do any of that. But to finish it up, we're going to talk about these CG Asian. Your boy Hove.
Hove up.
If y'all still with us, like the video, share the video. We would appreciate it. Leave a comment if you would like to. So I'm about to actually pull up another spread real quick. Let me bring that down. All right. So Jay-Z and Meek Mill urge New York to limit the use of rap lyrics in criminal cases. I'm just going to jump down. No, matter of fact, outside of this, I'm going to jump down. Jay-Z and Meek Mill and other major musical artists are pressuring New York lawmakers to pass legislation that will restrict when prosecutors can cite rap lyrics as evidence during criminal cases, saying reform is urgently needed. It says this reform is urgently needed, wrote Alex Spiro, Jay-Z's attorney, and Eric Nielsen, a professor at the University of Richmond who wrote a book on the subject. This tactic effectively denies rap music the status of art and, in the process, gives prosecutors a dangerous advantage in the courtroom by presenting rap lyrics as rhymed confessions of illegal behavior. They are often able to obtain convictions even when other evidence is lacking. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that down. Oh no. But, because I'm going to go ahead and let you drive this one forward, because this is something that you actually brought to my attention.
Mm-hmm.
And so lead the way, because this is new to me, very interesting. So what's the take?
So listen, and this is for me what takes everything, it puts everything full circle. Because in my opinion, it is my humble opinion, that the reason why a lot of these institutions get to move in the way that they move, with the plausible deniability, with the impunity, with the disrespect, is because we set the tone for it. So here we have Jay-Z, who's supposed to be an elder statesman within rap and hip-hop culture, who, instead of dealing with the issues of people literally implicating themselves with criminal activity, with murders that truly happen, instead of dealing with that head on, you're going to say, hey, we need to protect these people that are killing people on rap lyrics and disrespecting the dead people in rap lyrics and keep them out of jail so that they can kill more people and rap about more people that's died in rap lyrics. Like, literally, I don't know if you listen to rap mode. There's literally a song called F Your Homie He Dead, where they list
What?
a bunch of people who died from a gang that they're affiliated with, that their partners killed. And it's like, fuck them niggas, they dead. Because they in the grave. And these are all literally crimes that you can go onto the whatever Tribune, whatever newspaper, and you can look these crimes up. And these people are allegedly responsible for these things.
That's crazy.
Like, these are real crimes that a lot of these rappers are rapping about in real time. I'm talking about real families are being impacted because they are dissing people who died.
So do you have an issue with the legislation itself, though?
Yes, I have a. Rap is no longer an art form. It should not be protected by that. Like, I used to hate Dolores Tucker, but she was spot the F on. Stop protecting this shit. It's not art. I'm here. I don't care if I get killed for it. I don't care no more. They are rapping about people's dead folks. They rapping about crime. They inciting crime. A lot of the rap songs are direct disses towards other gang members that are killing people because of the rap song. Like, it's too much. And why do you want to protect this shit? Like, why are you not thinking about the families that want justice for the people that's getting killed and being rapped about on these songs? Why are you protecting the... And I'm not saying that the rappers themselves are the criminals, but if your lyrics are leading and inciting other people to commit crimes, you're not protected by the First Amendment rights. You are endangering people through your lyrics. And you want to protect that, Jay-Z? Really? That's what you want to do? Never mind the fact you ain't never did nothing for Marcy Projects. Never mind the fact that you signing on to the Brooklyn Nets.
Do we know that for a fact?
Huh? It don't matter.
It do.
Look at
The Brooklyn Nets thing is terrible, though.
Look at Marcy Projects. You're the richest rapper in the world. Why do your community look the way it look? Why? And just to juxtapose this, there's a man that won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2010. His name is Muhammad Yunus. Muhammad Yunus created something called the Grameen Bank, where he allowed his people to get microloans of less than $50 in order to start businesses in their communities. He's no billionaire. He's none of that stuff. But he took what little bit of money that he was able to accrue, and he was able to build out his community in India. Why the fuck does Jay-Z have $1 billion and he couldn't do this? Like, what good are you? So the biggest thing that you want to contribute to black communities is allowing these niggas to rap about killing other niggas and advocating for legislation for allowing these people to just go and incite gang violence. That's really what you want to do? That's what you want your gravitas and what you want to use your political clout or whatever you want to call. That's really what you want to attach yourself to. Whereas you have a man who won a Nobel Peace Prize for creating a bank that allowed his poor people to get microloans and really uplift that community. Mind you, he ain't no billionaire. He don't have half of Jay-Z's wealth, but he gave a fuck. To me, this shows that both Jay-Z and Meek Mill, because he don't do shit for Philly either. I don't care about book bags and turkeys. Both of them don't give a fuck. They just want the gang violence to keep going. Keep the record sales going and keep niggas killing niggas. And that's it. And then we wonder why Joe Biden gets to say whatever he wants to say. And then we wonder why Mitch McConnell can get on TV and say what he want to say. And then we wonder why Kamala Harris get to walk around with chucks and not have no policy and just be able to do whatever. Because you got people who all the black people look up to, who visibly tell us they don't give a fuck.
So I hear that. Because when I first read it, I said I like it as a power move. You know, being able to keep certain things from being used against an artist. But I do hit the point that largely affects our community in a negative way.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to ignore that part. I wasn't expecting it because I wanted this one to kind of be fresh. You sent it to me. I read it. I had my initial viewpoint. I like it, again, like I said, in terms of a power move and being able to position, like, I guess a one-up on what you would call the institutions, right? Because we do understand that you got war on drugs, you got mass incarceration, etc., right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we understand that those things actually exist. With that being said, though, I would have to agree and admit that it is not discount the fact that a lot of the violence, even here in DC, a lot of violence is around the lifestyles that are given to our youth by people who are leaders. The music perpetuating a lot of the violence. So I can't really push back on that. What I would say though is that I think they should, because I looked at the bill, and I also looked at who signed.
Mm-hmm.
I think what they could do is possibly amend it to make it more reasonable. Because I think, to your point, if you are out here talking about like actual crimes, then no, motherfucker, you need to be locked up. And the thing is,
it's not like, okay, so it is somewhat, because you know in rap you can mask whatever you want up. So it's like you can play a rap, but like if you connect the dots enough with a lot of this stuff, you can literally connect a lyric or two to whatever the drama is that's going on in a certain community, because they have real implications. It's like, okay, you might not be saying that you did this, but the fact that you are speaking about a situation that is sensitive, because these people that die have families, they got people that care about them. The fact that you speaking about it is enough to incite violence. It's enough to incite it. Imagine you had somebody who you might have a cousin or something that died, and these mofos on the other side, they not saying they did it in a rap song, but they rapping about a situation similar to it. How you gonna feel? You gonna want revenge. And that's what happens. They might not say exactly what happens in the case of whatever happens or whatever, but the fact that you bold enough to get on a record and speak on that, the level of disrespect that a lot of these rappers have in their lyrics alone is what's leading to the violence. And this man is trying to protect that. No, you niggas should be locked up. I don't care. For real. Because it's too much. You are inciting violence. I look at some of these songs in the same way that a lot of people want to quote unquote look at January 6th, where our president incited.
That's a reach, man.
Do you listen to some of this shit?
Not really.
Be honest. If you listen to one of the drill songs, it's called Drill Music. Okay. Listen to 1 hour of that shit. Huh? Just look it up. Just look up Drill Music and listen to 1 hour of it. And I guarantee you think I'm reaching, but if you listen to it and you investigate who these people are talking to, it's like, nah, fam. These niggas want to die. And sometimes they do die. You got artists that'll drop a song, dissing another artist, and then they come up dead because of it. Literally, these songs are inciting violence. And the artists are going to jail for it.
Drill music.
They going to jail for it. They getting investigated by the FBI for it. They killing other people for it. Innocent people are getting killed behind the shit. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You got our youth going out here making them songs. Like, no, man, this shit gotta go, Mo.
So drill.
It gotta go. It gotta go. You can listen to any.
So Chief Keef is part of drill?
He was one of the first. But like what it's morphed into
King Louis.
It's bad,
Also, I've heard of Lil Durk. People love Lil Durk.
It's bad.
Okay. I'm gonna listen.
Like, all right, and it's not just the songs. Like, when you listen to the songs, listen to the people that they implicate in the songs, and do the backstories of the people that they diss in these songs or they mention in these songs. Because that's the bad part about it. Because all of these people got family, and you know how it go. You kill one of mine, I gotta kill two of yours. You kill two of mine, I gotta kill three of yours. That's literally what's playing out with this music, and that's the shit that this nigga Jay-Z want to protect. Like, why, fam? Why do you want to protect this shit? It's literally the reason why your state or your city is the way it is now. Go look up New York drill. Go look into why Pop Smoke is getting dug up out of his grave and getting shot again. Yes, look it up. They try to dig that man's grave up. You see, you out of the loop, fam. I'm telling you.
What?
This shit is disrespectful what these rappers are doing. Oh. It's disrespect, fam.
Pop Smoke dug up.
They tried to dig the man up, fam. I don't know what that man did, but this shit is disrespectful, bro.
Wow.
It's disrespectful.
Pop Smoke's grave vandalized.
It's disrespectful, and it's because they dissing these dead people that got families, and they want revenge for it. And this is the shit that Jay-Z and Meek Mills is trying to protect. They trying to protect this. I don't know why this is the hill he wants to die on, but given his history, Jay-Z ain't been trying to do shit for black people. And this is just a long list of what it is. But that's y'all hero, though. Y'all love that man. So I'm a bow out. That's my last take on it. Research that shit, fam. Drill music it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
That's crazy.
It's disgusting.
They really said this man just got dug. Literally. That's nuts.
It's disgusting, Mo. And this is what he's trying to protect. He's protecting this music.
Like, sheesh, Louise. Yeah, I hate it, because that's wild. Yeah, you gotta figure out a way to thread that. I don't even know if you can thread that with the public, because violence in our communities have
it's exploded, bro.
It's
exploded.
Reckless at this point. Again, we both live. Well, I still live in DC, but you still live close to the inner city.
Yeah.
So we still again, and we topped off the episode with, a rest in peace to Daryl.
Exactly.
And he got shot. My man leaving behind I want to say 3 daughters.
That's what I'm saying.
Some kids.
And these people, bro, it's disgusting, man.
That's
all of that shit is disgusting. Like the dissing of the dead. These people got families. The children are gonna grow up one day and listen to these songs and be like, why did they hate my dad or my mother so much? To put them in a song and disrespect them. And this is what Jay-Z is signing on to protect.
Patrice said Columbia Heights, LaJoy Park, KDP, Simple City, and many other neighborhoods. Oh, do DC drill rap. Oh shit. I really need to look into this.
So I'm telling you, man. It's terrible, dog. Like, I don't want to sit here and pretend like it's responsible for all of the crime. But
you don't want legislation in place to protect the person who may be...
Fuck no. Lock them up, dog. Literally. And like...
Crazy. I'm going to look it up.
And
that's crazy. I'm not super hip.
Because I get it. That's all a lot of people have to look forward to far as...
But wrong is wrong.
Exactly. Wrong is wrong. And it's like you lose your First Amendment right when given a situation where if you yell fire in a movie theater and make people react to it, you lose your First Amendment right. You should lose your First Amendment rights because that's what they're trying to use. It's like, no, fam. You are endangering people's lives. And innocent people get killed behind this shit because you sitting here dissing this side and you might have beef with one person, but you're not giving a fuck about the mom that's just trying to walk her daughter to school that's getting hit by a stray over some rap lyrics.
Because niggas do be getting hit by strays.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing? And half the time, some people ain't even got nothing to do. Like, it's so bad, fam, with this drill music. The fans who don't have shit to do with shit will even get into they will get in the mix too. Yes. Go look up what's going on between, what's the boy? NBA Youngboy and Lil Durk. Just look it up.
NBA Youngboy.
Just look it up. You got fans that's committing crimes over this shit. That's how bad this music has gotten. They ain't even participating in the criminal activity, but they just want to be down so bad with this music. And they want to protect these artists so bad that they will go out of their way to do the shit for them. Like, this shit is bad, bruh.
What?
It's bad.
We gonna see, man. Look, I appreciate everybody for coming out and joining us today. That's an interesting take of news. I'm gonna go ahead and spend the rest of, I'll say the next like maybe 2 hours looking into that in the next couple days, because I'm definitely not even super aware. Like I said, honestly, I thought it was a great idea, just to one up or the institutions that have effectively put us under the pen. But I definitely hit that point, and I can't necessarily push back on it at this immediate moment. Sheesh. I think that's a good point made. What I would say, though, again, is I think that they could go back and maybe make some amendments to that bill that they have proposed. For everybody who's watching, can you please like the video? Again, share it. And please subscribe to the channel. Let you know when we go on live. Also, it's free and it helps out just so we can be able to actually have these type of conversations and discussions. Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, I'm telling you, just look into it, man.
That's crazy.
And you can go to any major city. You can start with anywhere, Chicago, New York. They all do the shit, man.
Yeah,
and they dissing dead people, and it's leading to the crimes that's in the area.
Yeah, but man, hey, because the overall, I just want to bring it back to the overall discussion that we were having and the overall point. In that, if you just joining us now, go ahead and start it from jump. Because we wanted to have a conversation about people not being fooled, bamboozled, used against themselves as it relates to your energy being weaponized. We went over the late great Mitch McConnell. We went over Yellen. We went over Psaki and all of these different people. And then, again, ended up at Jay-Z because I can see why and how they set and paved the precedent for people to make these outlandish comments that they do to our community, such as, you ain't black if you don't vote for me, or, poor kids are just as good as white kids, or what everybody mad about now is, Mitch McConnell talking about, how African Americans vote just as much as Americans. And so, hashtag Joe Biden, please. The same way y'all hashtagging Mitch McConnell, please. Because one has
Jay-Z,
more power.
Please, man.
Hey,
for real.
Hashtag them all in my book. Because in the end, if y'all gonna make them y'all leaders, you need to be able to, address those situations. I don't agree with the fact that people have made, entertainers, especially their leaders. I understand why Mitch McConnell was their leader, because he, by the word of the Democrats, get shit done. He gets shit done, and he the dumbest thing on since sliced bread at the same time, which is the most craziest shit ever. But man, we appreciate y'all. We enjoy y'all, and we enjoy everybody who tune in and watch. We thank you. We love you. And please join us again for our next show. And we out. Thank you.